I am completing a retail manager interview with the owner of Lambton's Barbershop located in Oak Harbor, Washington. The consumers' demographics of Lambton's Barbershop are gender. According to the owner himself, about 80% of his customers are males, but because he does specialize in cutting women's hair, he still gets a good 20% of customers being females. The age range of his customers is between 1 and 50. About 65% of his customers are between the ages of 18 and 30, and about 10% are between the ages of 30 and 50. The 25% remaining consists of children between ages 1 and 17. Literacy. According to the owner, he had no idea what the literacy rate was of his own personal customers, but according to the article called Youth and Adult Literacy, the average rate of adult people in the United States is about 84.3%. The average youth is about 89.4%. The income, 75% of his customers are military, which means their yearly income is anywhere from $30,000 to $70,000 per year. 20% of his customers making between $12,000 and $28,000 a year, and the other 5% is above $70,000 per year. Because most of his customers are military, they usually have a family, which is why he has a customer base of 25% being children between the ages of 1 and 17. Education. As far as he knows, most of his customers are military who entered the military right out of high school. The 25% of children are still attending elementary, middle school, and high school. 20% of his female customers are either the wives of the military men or locals. Of these 20%, he would say about 15% go to college or have already completed a college degree. Ethnicity background, about 70% of his customers are African American, 15% Hispanic, 10% Caucasian, and 5% other. The social factors of the target market are culture. 70% of his customers are African American because they were born in the United States. Most of their ancestors come from Africa. The 15% of his customers are Hispanic, whose ancestors come from Mexico. He also has customers who are Asian descent, and ancestors come from Asia. Lambton attends a Christian church, and about 20% of his customers attend it as well, most of them being African American. Social class, according to Lambton, 75% of his customers are middle class, 20% lower or working class, and 5% remaining being in the upper class. Most of his customers are middle class because they are military and usually have a two-income household. The 20% that are working or lower class income usually are families who consist of single mothers working a basic job. Reference groups, 35% of his customers are individual bachelors who are here for the military. 40% of his customers are family men or women here for the military with children or husband and wife. 10% are just individual college students. And the rest, 15% of his customers are children. He has a lot of customers who belong to religious groups such as Christian, Catholic, Mormon, and other ones. Time utilization. Most of his customers are family men or women, so they utilize their time between work, school, activities, and church. The customers who are college students utilize their time between work, school, friends, and social life. The bachelor, military man or woman utilize their time between work, friends, and a social life. The psychological factors of the target market are most of his customers are very outgoing, stressed, successful, motivated, confident, and open people. He can have a genuine conversation with them because they're genuinely happy people. Attitudes, most of his customers are a very positive attitude, look forward to life, unless it's a child who does not want a haircut. Perceived risk, a lot of his customers are perfectionists, especially when it comes to the hair. Therefore, Lambton must be very accurate and good at his work. Purchase importance, when it comes to his customers, most of them go to get a basic haircut because the military requires them to stay clean cut. No, Lambton's business does not have a website. The closest thing to a website he has is a Facebook page he uses to promote his business. The most important aspects of this page is to show his address and a map of where his shop is located. Another aspect of the website is it shows his hours of operation. He also keeps the page updated if he closes early or is not open on one of his normal days. He also uses the page to connect with customers. For example, if a customer asks When he is open, he will respond and answer. This is another form of communication with his customers. Another thing about this page is it shows his contact information if a customer needs to get a hold of him with questions or to schedule an appointment.